Hey, Comic Book Nation, BD here at The Walking Dead Season 10 premiere, Mr. Greg Nicotero. First of all, right off the bat, I know you had fun with the first episode because we have fire zombies, we have waterlogged zombies, we have zombies with trees coming out of them. Talk to me about the work you put the VFX team through in episode 1.
It was pretty monumental. You know, the first walkers that we see in the show, we talked about, we wanted these translucent waterlogged zombies that you could actually see through their skin and you can see the bones. So we did a bunch of tests and designed these 2-layered makeups where we would paint the contrast of the bone structure and everything underneath and then put this jelly silicone skin over top of it. And when you watch the episode, you can see like the veins and the bones through the skin.
You guys are so creative.
And that was like scene 1.
Yeah, and then in episode 2, I feel like there's a woman, I don't want to spoil anything, but somebody gets eaten by zombies. And I mean, it is one of the most brutal kind of zombie herd eating somebody kills, maybe since Noah, I think. That's what's coming to mind.
I did that on purpose.
So what was it like to get back to that? Because I feel like that is getting back to the core of the show.
Well, you know, episode 2 is really about kind of that classic Walking Dead vibe. It's an intimate story. We're jumping back and forth with these two characters. But, you know, I'm always wanting to remind the audience that zombies aren't just fodder for machetes and arrows, but they can be lethal. And what's amazing about that particular sequence that you're talking about was it triggers the entire episode, and it triggers a character's reaction going forward. So I said to the writer, I'm like, listen, I really want to remind the audience, to kind of smack them in the face a couple times at the beginning, like, oh my God, I forgot that's what these zombies are capable of doing. So I really love the episode, and I really feel like that one kind of takes us back to season 1.
Oh, I agree. It's so good. And I feel like in season 7 and 8, we had Negan and the Saviors were very in your face, and it was like, we're beating down the good guys, and now you have this new threat that might be even more powerful than Negan, but they're not really there. You know what I mean? Right. They're quietly in the background. I mean, literally quietly in the background. So what are you guys trying to do with this Whisperer threat? What can we expect?
Well, listen, it's like a Cold War infiltration. You know, the fact that there could be a herd of walkers across the street and you don't know if there's human beings walking in plain sight with them or not. They could be watching every move you make and reporting back to Alpha. So it creates this level of paranoia and fear. And in the first episode, you see how Aaron deals with it, because Aaron and Michonne are on horseback and they look up on the bank and see a couple of walkers, but they don't know if there's Whisperers in there, and he loses it and goes after them. So it's a really fascinating sort of Cold War mentality of you don't know who to trust, and anybody could be watching every one of your moves, so you have to always be vigilant.
So the big thing everybody wants to know about is the Rick movie that you guys are working on right now. Can you give me an update where that's at in terms of script or production getting started? And I mean, just flat, where did Rick go?
You know, I read a script. That's as far as I know. Honestly, between this season and then finishing Creepshow, you know, my head's been kind of down. You know, the script came and it took me like a week and a half to even open it. And Gimbel's like, are you going to look at it? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I just, you know, I was mixing in post, and it's been a really challenging year. But listen, I mean, I have the utmost confidence in the team to come up with an amazing movie. So
I love it. I can't wait to see it. And the last thing, I'm asking everybody this, because our audience is very distraught right now. The MCU just lost SpiderMan. How do you feel about SpiderMan going home to Sony and not being with the Avengers anymore?
Well, I hate to admit it. I'm probably the one guy on the planet that isn't a big Avengers guy. Like somebody.
You are the one guy.
I am. Somebody asked me what superhero I would take, and I'm like, Deadpool.
There you go.
I would take Deadpool to the Walking Dead universe.
I can see that. Well, thank you, man. Great to see you as always. Congrats on a 10th season.
Thanks for all your kind words always.
Of course. I'll see you soon.